Hello, Leo, and welcome to Positive Light Tarot. My name is Tracy, and I am so happy that you are here with me today. This is your monthly reading for November 2025. So I first of all want to welcome all of you that are new, returning viewers. I want to thank each and every one of you for sharing your energy and time with me today. I hope that you enjoy your reading, and certainly hope that it resonates. Now, before we really get into the depths of the monthly reading, I really want to mention the two beautiful moon phases that are influencing us this month. So first of all, we're going to be starting with another supermoon in Taurus, and that's going to be on November 5th. Then on November 20th, we're going to be entering the new moon in Scorpio. So again, this is all about transformations, emotional renewal, powerful new beginnings. So really, this is truly a month of letting go and stepping into something new. So let's see what is in alignment for you, Leo. We're going to begin with your angel message and number. And we will reveal this at the end of the reading. There we go. All right. Let's start with your moon energy. Now this is going to be a message from Spirit that they want you to know before we get into the rest of the reading. So let's find out, what is it you would like to share with Leo? All right. Full moon in Sagittarius is the card. And it's all about seeing the bigger picture. Are you ready to see the bigger picture? I think it's time. You know, you guys have really weathered a lot of storms. So, sometimes it's like, okay, I can see the bigger picture, but, how do I get there? Those could be some of the questions you're asking yourself. But obviously, Spirit wants you to know that there is a bigger picture. And it's all about how, we go about bringing it into our life. All right, so see the bigger picture. Let's see how that relates to what's happening here. We will, of course, refer back to the card multiple times throughout the reading to see its connection. Also, too, with the, of course, supermoon and with the new moon, seeing the bigger picture with all the transformations that are taking place around that new moon on the 20th of November. This could be those powerful new beginnings that this is really trying to communicate with you. All right, Leo, let's get your major arcana card. This is the major energy surrounding you for the month of November. I've pulled 22 of the major arcana cards out of a regular deck so that we can see which one matches with your energy for the month. Spirit, angels, guides. Wow. See the bigger picture. And now you've got the wheel. All right, good luck, good fortune, expansion. You can create your own good luck. A lot of it is the power of positive thinking, which can be very challenging sometimes, especially easier said than done. I mean, I'm Sagittarius and I'm fiery. I'm a fire sign just like you. And when people say those things, it can be a little challenging sometimes, especially depending. We're all going through everybody has a personal story. Everybody has a personal experience that they're going through. But I do love to see this card for you. Number 10, the wheel, because, things are changing. Cycles are changing. We need to see this change. You've already been experiencing a lot of things. Now it's time to see that wheel is turning in your favor. This is the planet of Jupiter that is the ruling planet for this card, and that is the ruler of Sagittarius. Seeing the bigger picture, there's no coincidence here that this full moon card here, seeing the bigger picture, and the wheel, they are linked, they are connected. They're all fiery energy. They all can connect with you, Leo. This is a time of change. This is a time of change where things are starting to uplift. It's time to see and envision what that bigger picture is. Maybe if you start to look at it that way, and talk to yourself that way, as if you're already living in that bigger picture, you may start to see the circumstances change in your life. Sometimes that works. That's all about the power of manifesting as well, right? Really what we want to do is envision the life that we want And that's how we create it. Because our thoughts are very powerful. Our thoughts do become things. Loving these two cards. I'm not going to candy coat it, because you know what? It doesn't need candy coating. They're beautiful cards. All right, Leo, let's get your energy cards now. Let's find out what the energies are surrounding you. You get the Temple Path. Wow, that Temple Path. High achieving path. All right, number 20, envy. All right, we want to see the bigger picture. All right, we're going to start with this one, okay? It's called envy in this deck. And you know, we all have those moments where we look at our circumstances, we look at somebody else's circumstances, and we go, okay, you know what? I don't understand. I have worked so hard. You know, I work so hard. I put my head down. I set my intentions. I go at it, trying to figure out how to bring peace, love, joy, balance, happiness into my life. You know, I just, you know, sometimes it gets a little bit monotonous. But the envy card here is an inspiration card, okay? I want you to look at it as more inspiration. Let's take that word envy right off of there, all right? Sometimes we feel like we're standing outside of all of the gold and the glitter and the glam and the happiness. But what do we do? What is our inspiration? It's I need to see the bigger picture, because there is no reason why you can't be the one standing on the other side. I feel like there is some sort of unexpected shift happening here that has you standing on the other side. You're the one standing at the Temple Path. Your spiritual path, the gateway to bring you the abundance that you've been working so diligently for. You have been patient. You have persevered. You have overcome. You have gained confidence and courage, inner willpower and strength beyond measure. And this Temple Path, I believe that the Temple Path is the bigger picture. So see it that way for sure, because right at the bottom here, overcoming the obstacles, okay? We're overcoming the obstacles and the challenges in our life with that beautiful rainbow. And number 4 is about stability, and it's about manifestation, and it's about bringing those worlds together. Happy family, happy life, happy joyous moments, things to celebrate. This is a celebration card. And I do believe that it is part of the journey that you're going on. And November could be the opening up of things shifting, maybe in a whole new way for you, in ways that maybe you didn't have planned out. Maybe it's a little bit of a different shift, but it's something that's bringing you to your Temple Path. And that is the bigger picture. This is where we all want to be. It's where we can feel love and communication and joy, and that sort of that inner sanctuary where we feel that peace. All right, let's get right into your tarot cards. We're going to get 6 cards. I'm going to start with the first 2, and then we'll clarify them. So let's see what's happening here for you, Leo. We've got a celebration. Celebrating. You're not just celebrating. Oh, you got 2 cards there. You're not just celebrating with anyone. You're celebrating. I honestly feel it goes this way. This is the card that came out first, and this was underneath it because I didn't even know what was there. All right. 3 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, she's an earth sign. She's very grounded. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, if you know your birth chart. Queen of Pentacles, again, she's very nurturing. She's very loving. You can see the sun shines behind her. She's very good at planning, but she's very resourceful with her money. She always has enough because she's willing to figure out what it is she needs to do to have that value and gains in her life. But she doesn't just hold on to it for herself. I really truly believe that she's very nurturing in a sense that she makes sure that everybody is taken care of. And I think that that is exactly your way of thinking as well. Seeing the bigger picture. The Queen of Pentacles can see the bigger picture because she's prepared to work with the energy that's surrounding her. She's got a plan. She's got a plan and she's going to follow through with it. And I believe that you will be celebrating something here. There's a win here for you in some way. And it's going to be different for each of you. But that beautiful Three of Cups is celebrating with a community of people. It could be celebrating with family, with loved ones. Something is to be celebrated here. And I feel like it's something that you've been planning, and it's not just short term, because the Queen of Pentacles is very grounded in her energy. So she, again, no gender with the cards, is planning something for long term. There's a celebration that comes because of the hard work that you've put into something. I almost feel like a plan or a strategy that you've been working on maybe for a very long time, which has something connected to that bigger picture, is to be celebrated. The Queen of Swords, she's looking to the other cards. She's looking to the right, okay? Because she's got something to say, okay? So this Queen of Swords certainly has something to say. She's air energy, so that can be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. She's very direct. She doesn't necessarily say things, you know, with feeling. But sometimes we don't need that. Sometimes what we need is to hear directness. We need to hear the truth. We need to have the clarity. If it's documents that are being signed, we want to have them easily understandable. And I feel like this Queen of Swords may have some powerful insight or information for you. Let's clarify and find out what's happening here. It looks like you have supports on many different levels here, because you've got grounding energy and you've got very communicative energy. And this is to be celebrated. So let's see here. All right. Very feminine energy, no gender. Let's see what the clarifying card is here. Now you've got the King of Cups. Can you have any more energies here? You being fire sign, okay? We have grounding energy, which is earth sign. We have communications through the air signs. Now we've got the feelings, the emotions through the King of Cups. Leadership here, staying emotionally grounded. This is incredible. I feel like you're celebrating with, you see, the Three of Cups is celebrating almost with three people of all different, like they all have different strengths. So you put all those strengths together, you can see the bigger picture a lot better, because you're seeing it not only from the eyes of practicality and planning and discipline, but you're also seeing it through thought, communication, clarity, truth. But you're also seeing it from a heart's perspective, like what you truly want, you know, how you feel about a situation. So you could be surrounded by a lot of people in some sort of a celebration here, and I think it's because you are finally overcoming something. I think it could be family members that you're celebrating something with as well. It could be an event of some sort. It's certainly something that brings a lot of joy. Let's get the next two cards. We've got the Ace of Cups here for you. Ace of Cups is all about abundance, new beginnings with love, feelings. Again, it could be your own emotional link to things as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be a new love in your life, although if it is, fantastic for those of you that are looking for love. I think that you're also looking at your emotional resources differently. I feel like this is a time where, with the Hermit card, number 9, this is Virgo energy, it's all about the light that fills up our heart, that fills us up inside. Sometimes that is dim. And I think that there is something being reignited here for you with the Ace of Cups and with the Hermit card. There's a lot of wisdom, I think, with both of these cards, and I feel like this Hermit card is encouraging you to really connect with what your inner heart really truly wants in life. I feel like there's a gift of some sort here. Emotionally, it's an emotional gift. Something is certainly changing. It could be your perspective. The Hermit can be a mentor of some sort, but it also can be the wisdom that you hold within you. And I feel like if you look at this Queen of Swords and this Hermit, they're looking at each other. This Queen of Swords is incredibly intelligent. Not only that, but the King of Cups is also looking at the Hermit. So it could very well be a deep connection that you're sort of evaluating at this time. You're looking for some wise advice, maybe internally. The answers that you're searching for are within. This is a time for you to take some time out for yourself to really get in touch with what your true feelings are about a situation. All right, somebody could also be looking to you for some wise counsel as well. Let's look at the Ace of Cups and the Hermit card for Leo. Thank you. You got the Eight of Pentacles. This is all about mastering something. Can be seen as an apprentice card, taking on new tasks, new skills because you want to master something. It is about hard work, diligence, planning. There is abundance within this Eight of Pentacles, but it is about mastering something. And really what the universe is saying to you here as well is, you know, let's take one thing at a time. Let's master something one sort of step at a time. I feel like you're putting a lot of work into self-care. A lot of you could be really delving into your own self-care. You've been through quite a bit. So you're really evaluating and aligning things differently in your life. I think this is how you see the bigger picture, is by evaluating what you truly need and want and love most. That takes work and effort. And I think that you're almost at this phase in your life where you really are mastering it. Let's look at the next two cards. There's a lot of deep emotional transformations taking place in November as well. Of course, being in Scorpio season and having that new moon in Scorpio as well. That certainly will do that. All right, you've got the Fool card, New Beginnings. We've got cards that are both illuminated by the sun. Now we've got the Fool, which is a major arcana, number 0. All right, the sun is shining on a new adventure. I almost feel like, Leo, tell me if this makes sense for some of you, that you are planning some sort of new adventure. You're ready to take a little bit of a risk, which, you know, you're a fixed sign, so that's not always easy to do, but you can see the benefits of really starting something new. And a lot of this comes from you really digging deep within your own self-discovery that brings this to light. That it's time to take a little bit of a chance. There's something bigger, better waiting for you. It's seeing the big picture and going for something, even though you might not necessarily know where it's going to lead you. But I almost feel like with the Seven of Swords under here, you're either looking at a new way of doing something, because the sun is illuminated behind this card. All right, this card is not always about, oh my gosh, somebody's trying to get away with something. I actually don't see that for you. What I see is this new energy of really kind of standing on the edge of a cliff and ready to break free, ready to start a new adventure in your life. But you're not ready, you're not sharing it. Nobody knows that you're ready to do this. It's like you're ready to take on something new. Some of you, it could be a new job. It's a new way of looking at life. It could be taking a little bit of a risk in a relationship of some sort. Seeing the bigger picture, seeing that things are directing something with the wheel here is changing the circumstances in your life unexpectedly. It's almost like, wow, there's a kind of a twist of fate, right? There's something fated here, and it's like you almost really want to go for it, but you're not sharing that with anybody right now. You're kind of keeping it to yourself. Not ready to communicate it. Let's see with the Fool and the Seven of Swords for Leo. And you've got change. Something big is changing here. Scorpio season, number 13, Death card. It's the end of something. The end of a certain way and the beginning of something new. You know, this is the change we want to see. This is definitely in alignment with Scorpio season and that new moon energy. You're stepping into something new with the Fool card, but I don't believe that you are necessarily communicating it with people as of yet. Now, that could have something to do with the fact that we are in Mercury retrograde pretty much all of November. Maybe you'll be ready to express this more as we move into December. But certainly you are working on something behind the scenes that is emotionally it links better with what you emotionally want. But you know, we don't always know what we want emotionally until we take some time out for ourselves, and that's why the Hermit is here. You're ready to master a part of your life, and you want to adventure to that new beginning. You're not quite ready yet to communicate it, but you certainly are going through the motions of making the adjustments, the changes, and going with the flow of the energy that is really encouraging you to close a cycle in your life, that something is coming to an end because something is ready to begin here. I think you're starting to see the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is you reaching that temple path. And the wheel is the fortune behind all of it. Right, this is a very powerful month for you. All right, let's get your additional angel message here. This is for you, Leo. And we have acceptance, number 41. Now I'm going to read the spiritual message of that. Now they call this the starry night, the stars that are aligned in the sky for you. And number 41, and it is all about acceptance. So it says, embrace your inner majesty. Accept your life in all of its configurations. Every moment has a profound value, even if it doesn't seem like it. Forgive yourself and others. Accept all that life has provided, and harmony will ensue. Which means there is harmony. You have to accept the harmony. You have to accept and see the bigger picture, because things are certainly fated for you. Things are coming in for you. There's a whole new cycle coming in for you as well. So many new beginnings are really part and parcel of what's happening for you as we move through November. Let's get your last card here. Lots of people in your reading this week. And the number that I really want you to focus on is the angel number here. Perseverance, 7777. It says change of perspective, reflection, inner strength, wisdom, and enlightenment. It says there's a need for a change of perspective on whatever has taken over you now. If you want to succeed, you need to keep going down the road you're on. You're on the right path, so don't give up. Reach for the wisdom within, the Hermit card. And then you'll just know what the right next step is. This could be very much a planning month, and the transformations that you will start to see will be after that new moon on November 20th, which is that new moon in Scorpio. All right, so that's when you'll start to see the transformations take place. 7777. Thank you so much, Leo, for joining me for your reading for the month of November. I certainly hope that you enjoy it. Please let me know in the comments, like, share, subscribe, and please tune into your weekly readings. I truly appreciate all your love, support, and energy. And until next time, sending love, light, and positive vibes.